Hello, how's it going? I'm Chris with PearsonCopy.com, and today I'm going to help your brand make more sales with email. As a part of a 100 emails in a 100-day breakdown challenge, I'm going to be going over an email from a brand called Molekule. It is a brand that sells an air purifier type product, and I'm going to be going through their welcome email here and just giving you some insights on things I see, things that I like, things that I think we could test or tweak, maybe some things we could remove or change, and just share what I see and why I think it's important with you, so you can take that back to your brand and make more sales. With that being said, like I mentioned, this is a welcome email, so go into this with these insights with that context, and then I'll go ahead and dive in and start breaking this email down. First, the subject line: "Hey, clean air lover," with a winky face. So right here, they're calling out their ideal customer, ideal prospect. They're saying, "Hey, if you love clean air, then you're in the right place." And they use the emoji for a little bit of emotion, a little bit of personality when it comes to their email. Their from name and from email address, they use the brand name, which is pretty standard. Molekule. When it comes to from names, most brands just use their brand name. And then their from email says breathe@molekule.com, which I think is interesting because breathe, that's definitely unique. It's not something that a lot of brands use. They usually use hello, info, support, reply, something like that. But here they say breathe. So like their mission is to help people breathe better, essentially, right? And so they use that in their from email, which I think is very unique, and it could catch some attention when people are looking through their inbox. So cool. And then moving down, we have the brand name here at the top, which is simple, clean, really easy to consume and move past. I think brands that use big headers and things in menus typically have lower click-throughs and sales, simply because it takes a long time to get to the sales message. We want to get people to the sales message as quickly as we can based on the context of what we're sending and why. Next, they do a subtle before and after picture here. Over here on the left is without clean air. Over here on the right is with clean air. It looks like this is a picture that they may have done some design on and just kind of made it more intense, or maybe just taking pictures on different days. Whatever the case may be, they're doing a before and after mechanism here, so you can see, hey, this is what you should expect when you have dirty air and what you should expect when you have clean air. And we're about to tell you why our product can help you bridge that gap between the two. First main header here: you're in. Welcome to clean air movement. To a clean air movement, or to the clean air movement. So that's something here, language and just words in general. I would say to the clean air movement, and differentiate yourself as the movement that's actually trying to create more clean air. One, this is going to polarize people, which is not always a bad thing. It's usually it can be a good thing. Say, oh, you're the person, you're the brand that's a part of the clean air movement. I would test that and see if that helps with any kind of metric that you may be measuring, like click through and sales. So yeah, I think this is great though, but again, this like I mentioned in other videos, brands are tying their brand, they're tying themselves to bigger movements, and trying to connect with that, using that as a connection point with the customer. So clean air movement, or saving the planet, or things like that. There's communities and people that are pursuing that, and if your brand aligns with that, then it's a little bit easier to join the conversation with that customer and say, hey, we're part of that movement too, let's talk, because this is how we're doing it, do you want to be a part of it? As opposed to just cold and saying, trying to sell somebody who may not, or who's a part of a movement that you're not. That may be a little tougher. So this is one way as a brand you can slide in next to customers. Your ideal customers is figure out what movements or initiatives that they're a part of, and actually assess if your brand could be a part of that. And if it is, then go be a part of it. And it's going to get your ideal customers to put eyes on you and see your brand, and connect you to you emotionally. Next piece here. Thanks for your interest. Your interest in learning more about Molekule in a world of cleaner air. Let us tell you a bit about us and what you can expect. So this is just a general statement. And it's just letting the customer know, the reader know, that they're in the right place, that these are the things you care about. This is the brand you should be buying from. Next here is, as a thank you, enjoy free shipping and returns. So these are definitely two features that a lot of brands do use, but just because they join, they get free shipping and returns. Not a lot of brands offer that straight up. It usually costs one way or the other to ship or to return. Also, too, some brands either put the pricing, they charge for shipping, or they just bake that price into the product. So that's something to consider too. Is consumers are getting smarter to where if they say free shipping and returns, they may or may not know that you're just charging more for the product and using that to cover shipping. So just keep in mind that you're being honest and transparent about that stuff. If it actually is free, it is free. If you're just baking into the price, I would not mention free shipping, because it's not. You're actually charging them for it just through the product. So something to consider there. Next section here, I think that Molekule does really great is the Molekule story. So this is like the brand origin. It all started with one family journey to eliminate indoor pollution for everyone. This right here, I think they could make this its own email. They also link here to read our stories, so you can go to the website and read, which I think is great. It gets people clicking, used to clicking the emails and going to look at those stories. But again, I think this could be its own email from this person here, this gentleman here, and just saying, hey, this is my story and why we created Molekule, and do a whole, like, you could even do an email after this, say, hey, you saw part of our story. If you didn't click, here's the actual, like, why we started. So that could be a cool way to extend the welcome series and just build a relationship with the customer to get them into their first purchase. What to expect from us? Big ideas like eliminating indoor air pollution requires a lot of dialogue, which is why we're changing the conversation on clean air. So what to expect from us? So they're trying to change the conversation and make clean air a conversation that's going to have a lot of that, like to have more conversations to create that dialogue. And they mentioned here, keep an eye on your inbox for the latest on air quality content, exclusive offers, and product updates. So their mission is to change the conversation so that it's more important, more relevant, and more frequent. And then also we're going to send you this type of stuff to your inbox. And then they say, hey, learn more about clean air on our blog. So their focus is teaching about what is clean air, like what is it actually, and how can you get there. Ideally, use our product, or ideally, we don't have to use the product. But if you want to get there sooner, or just for whatever reason, you can use our product and make that happen. And then they have it looks like two different products here. Start breathing cleaner air. Find the Molekule air purifier that's right for you. So they do different models for different people, which I think is great. Start breathing cleaner air implies that you're already breathing dirty air. So that's an interesting little mechanism there. Instead of saying stop breathing dirty air, you can say start breathing cleaner air, and the mind will actually connect that bridge and say, oh, is my air dirty? And they ask that question, which I think done correctly, which I think Molekule does well here. You can put that question in their head, and to actually get an answer to that question, they have to buy your product or at least go read your blog and check out the answers that you may have for them. So, and then it looks like my PDF got cut off here at the bottom, but they did have some socials and standard footer information at the bottom, which most you have to have your footer information in general just for compliance and things like that. So overall, I think Molekule does a good job. I think there's a few things they could tweak or adjust or test. I hope you got some insights out of this so you can take it back to your brand to make more sales with email. In the meantime, go check out my other videos on my YouTube channel where I'm breaking down 100 emails in 100 days as a challenge. Get some insights from those, take them back to your brand, make more sales. With that being said, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.